In this video, I'm just going to introduce the new version of the 5TT round numbers indicator, right? And we do know that there is there's such thing as psychological levels where price tends to, if it's coming from bottom to that psychological level, it tends to bounce off like a resistance line, or if it's coming from top to a psychological level, it bounces like a support. As it were. And those round numbers are it's psychological levels, because you and I know, if I have if I say get me a glass of water, I can either say get me a full glass, that means 100%, or get me half glass. So it's usually the normal way people reason. And so when it comes to the market as well, and when we have round numbers, so something like 1.000, 1.100, 1.500. So those are round numbers. Those are psychological levels that price tends to bounce off. And you also have, maybe you say as well, the halfways, which is 1.100, 1.150, right? So those numbers are kind of bounce price from time to time. Now, what you don't want to do is usually when you have to go from one asset to the next, you have to redraw all those lines. Because obviously every instrument doesn't have the same prices. So you can have an instrument that starts with 1.054. Now you want to run numbers around the 1.5, but you also get another instrument that is 0.925, which means if you move from one chart to the other, you have to redraw the entire lines if you did it before. The 550 round numbers indicator kind of takes away that hassle, that stress, and that need to draw all those lines yourself. And with indicator on the chart, all you just need to do is see the indicator displaying those lines on the chart, as it were. And so that's what we're going to do today, just to show you how to install it onto your system. And because as it is now, you already have the indicator. And what we've done as well this time in this version 2 is we've also enabled one for MT5. So we have 530 round numbers indicator for MT4, and we also have 530 round numbers indicator for MT5. The installation process is the same for practically the same for both of them. The parameters are the same. So once you've learned it for one, you know it for the other. Okay, so let's get right into it. So as usual, when you've received this either by email or you've downloaded it from our members portal, you want to then copy that file you've downloaded and put it onto your indicators folder. And the way to do that is to go to File of your MT4, File, Open Data folder. Then you want to go to the MQL4 folder. Inside the MQL4 folder, you have the indicators folder. This is where inside this folder you can find all the indicators you have on this software, right? And this is where you paste. It's the .ex4 file you will get. So you will paste the .ex4 file of the indicator into this indicator folder, and that's it. Then all you need to do is to come back onto here with your navigator open, right click on any of these and just refresh. When you refresh, it refreshes the entire system, and then you will find the indicator now listed in your list of indicators, right? What you want to do then is to take the indicator and apply it on the chart. So we're going to do that. It's the same for MT5. So same thing, MT5. All you need to do is to go again, File, Open Data folder. You will then see the MQL5 folder for MT5. And that's where you then also take the EX5 file for the indicator. So within the MQL5 folder, you go to the indicators folder, and this is where you will copy and paste the EX5 folder. So this is it here. This one that has the green kind of wheel. Yeah. This is where you then paste it here and do the same thing. Right click any of these and refresh down there, and the indicator will show up here. And all you then need to do is to apply that version 2. Remember, is what we're working on now. You just apply the indicator on your chart, and that's it. So let's go to MT4 and just install it from there. So that's the indicator there. You can click, drag, and drop it, or you right click, you attach to chart, or you double click. Either of these three ways will open the dialog for the indicator to be attached on the chart. So let me just right click, attach on the chart, and we can see now we have the dialog box here. And within here, now what I've just done is expand the window. So these parameters here are the same for MT4 and MT5. So once you've done it here, it's the same thing with the other. All right. So here it says the color, select color for X000 round number line. So this will be the, say, 1.400 number, or 1900 number, and the 00 numbers. And then this other color here is the halfway, which is the 50, 050, 1.0050 number, as it were. So you can distinguish them. I like to distinguish them. I want to see a slight difference, to know when I'm getting to the center or when I'm getting to the main round number. So that's why we have two different colors. Now I've chosen these colors here because I don't want them to be shouting on my chart. I just want it to look like the background of my chart. So I've taken very light colors, as they were. You can do whatever you wish with the color, but you'll see it once I place the indicator on the chart now. So the next thing is to define the number of lines to draw above and below current price. So right now you can see this line here is the current bid price, right? So what we want to do is we don't want to draw lines where we don't need to get to. So for instance, I don't want any lines up here because price isn't there. So I don't want all these things, kind of going all over my chart. Neither do I have lines below, somewhere below. So I just want to have those psychological levels somewhere around where current price is. And so this is about taking 5 lines, round numbers, from where current price is, and 5 lines below. You can do 2 lines, you can do 3 lines, whatever. And you can do 50. I don't know why you would do that, but you can do 50, whatever the case is. But I just want 5. So I'm just going to leave it as 5. That's a default. By the way, you can leave things as default. It's still okay. Then here is the distance between the lines. So it's 100. So something like 100 pips. In some cases it's 100 points, right? 100 pips, as it were. I leave this as default. I suggest you just leave it like that, across instruments, as it were. And you also have the option of choosing if you want to see the halfway lines, right? So show halves. So this lines here, the 50 lines, you can choose not to see it, you can choose to see it. So I'm just going to apply now. That's it, really. There's no other thing you want to apply to this. That's absolutely it. Nothing else. You just wanted to go to the inputs. That's all. All right. So I'm going to apply it without the halfway lines, and then I will come back in and change it to true. So you see what the difference is. So, okay. Right. And we just a few seconds waiting for the next tick in the market, and it gets this all through. Now, the other thing I didn't mention is this also draws the highest price point over the past 52 weeks. So like 1 year. Right. So if I go to the monthly time frame, for instance, you can see that it is drawn the highest price over the past 1 year, right? And also draws the lowest price point over the past 1 year. So this is GBP JPY, and we can see that price is currently close to the highest price point, but then we have all these round numbers in between there. We can look at it on the W1 time frame, the daily time frame, so you can see the round numbers there. You can see here it says 178.00, 179.00, 180.00, 181.00, as it were. We can go to the H4 and you can see it even yeah, so you have 5 lines above the current price. One, two, three, four, 5 lines. Then price is close to the current highest price over the past 1 year. But anyway, that's the 5 round numbers there, and also you will have 5 round numbers below here. Can you see them? Right. So that's what this is about. If I want to add the mid lines, so you will have another line drawn in the middle here. We can just go um, um, right click indicators list, select it, edit it, and then I can just go through here. Okay, and close. So you can now see we have those additional numbers here now. All right, so between the round number 185.00 to 186.00, we have 185.500, right? And it's slightly different color. Now you can change all these colors. Like I said earlier, I don't like it to be very shouting, but I can change this color to say shouting red for this, and I can change this other one to a shouting lime, whatever the case is. Yeah, okay. And you can see now it's just giving us those lines. So 182.00 is the round number, and these other ones here are the halfways. Yeah. So you can now see, if you look at your chart, you can see how price gets to those levels and just respects it. So price gets to the highest, well, it got to the highest, but then came back, pulled all the way back up here, respected it, boom, came up again, respected it, boom. Even here, respected drop. Here, the halfway line. Can you see the halfway line? Right. So price tends to kind of, because it's humans, even machines, when machines have to do this, and those are psychological levels, right? So they could help for your take profit or stop loss, as it were. You're not trading the round numbers. They're just indication of where price could turn or price could pause, um, as it were, or where price could get to. So if you were, say, um, I want to do this. If you were, say here, and you, for whatever reason, you took a position here, then you could say to yourself, once price gets to this level, I can take some profit. Then once price gets to this level, I can take another profit. Because those sort of things, I'm not giving you a strategy here. I'm just giving you a tool that should help you do this. Now, I don't like these colors, so I'm just going to change them to my default colors. So this top one, I like to use this Thisto. I can go for Thisto. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, and then this one is light gray, which probably is this one here, light gray. And we can go okay. We can leave it as true, and it just changes all the lines, the color of the lines for me. Let's get the next tick in the market, and we can see it now. So I like to have it this kind of dark, and sometimes I don't want to have the mid lines. The mid lines I will use on smaller time frames, but once I'm on higher time frames like this, I tend to just use the main round numbers. Okay, so that's it on MT4. It is the same thing on MT5. Absolutely the same thing on MT5. So we could just go, after we've copied and pasted it in the indicators folder and refreshed. You can now do the same thing again. Right click, attach to chart. It opens up the dialog box. You go to inputs. Right, so again, it's the same thing, same settings. Tistel light gray, 55, 100, and then the last one is this here, where it says false. So I'm just gonna say true on this. And what currency pair is this? Let's just get, so double click true, right? So that's it on um, MT5. I can just go OK, right? And once the tick comes in, it draws it for me. So we also have the mid-level numbers, as it were. So let's see, we just go from currency pair to currency pair. So we've just tested GBP JPY and we can see it did it perfectly. Let's go non-JPYs. GBP USD, we can see again, nicely done. Right, so this is nicely done. The round numbers 1.2400, 1.2350, 1.2300, round numbers. We can go to the higher time frame to see what it looks like, and you can see here, even here you can see the highest price over the past 52 weeks. Daily time frame, you can see highest price over the past 52 weeks, lowest price over the past 52 weeks. You can see it now, October 2022. So the last one here was, yeah, September 2022. So over the past 52 weeks, that's the lowest price point and the highest price point. And these are the round numbers, plus the mid levels, the 50s, right? Um, as it were. So that's it for GBP USD. So we've done a JPY, we've done a non-JPY. Let's look at some like gold, right? So some like gold as well. We can see, yeah, say goes 2000, 1900, 1800, 1700, and then the mid numbers 1750, 1850, 1950, 2050. So again, that's GBP. That's gold XAU USD, and something similar for say US 30. If you want to also do things like that, so we can see the numbers there as well. So I don't want to use um the 50s on this, so I can say false on this one. Okay, close, and we can see it's disappeared. Can go to H4, say for instance. Price is way down there. We can see. So those are the round numbers. You can see how price respects the round numbers. Boom, stopped. Boom, stopped. Let's go to say H1. Let's pull this up, or even M15. Let's go M15. So you can see here. So price kind of respecting this from time to time. If I drop the mid levels now, you will see how all these areas here are respected. As it were. So let's get us the mid levels and true. Okay, close. So you can see now, you can see the mid levels. Price just got there and touched mid level. No, this is round number, the mid level here, mid level there. Right. So it just helps you. You can switch from one currency pair to the other. You don't have to redraw it manually. It just takes too much time to do that if you have to do it manually. But here you can see I've just gone from one currency pair to the other, one instrument to the other, and it's just switching itself. Um, as it were. So that's Euro GBP, GBP CHF. Once we get the tick in the market, is drawing it. So how much time is this saving you? So that's it. Really, I hope you can use the tool for what it's meant for. And let's know if you have any question. All right, you take care. Cheers.